Hey, happy Monday. It's your girl, Claudia Jordan, and welcome to Cocktails with the Queens. And they're looking so beautiful and so vibrant tonight. I am with my girls, Vivica A. Fox. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey.
What's up? And our girl, Lisa Ray. What's up, Lisa Ray?
Hey, Queens, what's happening?
And our final queen, the beautiful Miss Selena Johnson. Hey, Selena.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday.
Look how pretty everyone is looking. We come with the spring is right around the corner, right? Because we giving springtime vibrant teas, I think, tonight.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think we are all ready to go towards summer and have us a hot queen summer.
I like that. Hot queen summer. You might want to brand that, like trademark that. All right, ladies, I'm your girl, Claudia Jordan. Now, listen, we all had a crazy weekend. Like, I think everyone's been super busy and just burning the candle at both ends. I was in New York, LA. My niece, shout out to my niece, Camille. She did her thing in the 800 meters at the New Balance Nationals in New York. So I was being auntie out there and I got to cheer her on. So it was just great to see her. So congratulations, young queen. Ladies, how was y'all's weekend? And what do y'all think?
Well, darling, I've got my usual Pinot Noir. I wrapped up my fourth film for Keeping Up with the Joneses. So it was a very busy, blessed weekend. And then on Sunday, I actually went and got a massage and it was great and had a beautiful early dinner at Soho House. I hadn't seen the Soho House in forever.
Nice. Okay. Congrats on another film. I feel like I'm saying the same thing on all your pictures, like another one, flame, get it, booked. It's gonna be everywhere. You be everywhere. Okay. All right, Lisa.
And today, can I just say, and today, before today, taped a couple of episodes for The Screening Room, which is doing really great. We're in season 2 here on FOXSOUL, where we are giving new filmmakers, not new filmmakers, but African-American filmmakers exposure. And I had some great interviews today.
Oh, can't wait to see. And there's some good people on that show.
It really is.
Great people, great talent.
Yep.
All right. Very, very, very nice. Lisa Ray, how was your weekend? What you sipping on? You got a drink tonight?
I am sipping on some what we've learned in grammar school, H2O.
Okay.
Water.
Okay. Now, listen, we about the fact here in science, here in Cocktails with Queens. I'm not mad at it. And you need to be hydrated. Stay hydrated.
I got to stay hydrated, girl, because I've been moving. I've been traveling. I've been up in the air. I've been doing all kind of stuff. So I got the hiccups.
And I saw it was announced that there's a bunch of films being released by female directors, and you're one of them.
Yes, I am directing a movie for BET in DC in about 10 more days from now.
Congratulations.
So,
okay.
Together. This is my third, directorial debut, third time. I'm excited about it, you know what I mean? And, just doing a whole lot of everything.
I bet. She got the hiccups.
I know.
The hiccups, okay.
I'm growing.
Okay.
And in the right places. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lord. Here she goes.
It's Monday.
Hey.
Okay. Selena, looking very beautiful. Do you don't do your makeup, or does someone do your makeup? Because I need lessons because you see my left hand.
Well, one thing you're gonna do is have a ace cock deuce lash, because
that's my trademark.
You're gonna come through with an ace cock deuce. I do my own makeup. It's just I learned how to do it a long time ago when I was on Jive Records. That's back in the day when they used to have artist development, and they used to teach you how to do stuff. Like when I got signed, they taught me how to do my hair. Well, I know how to do my hair, but they taught me how to do my makeup. They did media training, all kind of stuff like that. So I've been knowing how to do my makeup for a long time.
Wow.
And I enjoy it.
You don't do no more.
CSJ in Chicago says Selena needs a YouTube channel. I need some of her makeup tutorials.
Me too.
Well, I mean, they ghetto, but I'll give you some tips, girl. It be on some holding one ad, throwing, But I had an aggressive day today. The last couple of days, I went to South Carolina. I had a show in South Carolina, Columbus, South Carolina, on 7 on Sunday Live is an organization. And I did that. So I drove back this morning, and then I had to do 2 babies' heads today, which took me almost 3 hours. It wore me to the low, and I had meetings all day. So I'm real tired. Okay. But I have boys. This new boy era where they like all these hair twists and all these hairstyles and all this, Girl, I spent almost 2 hours on my oldest son's hair today, twisting his hair. I'm like, I don't have girls.
My mama, I don't even want no twist back in the day, but at least you know how to do it. You sat there and learned. And it was like, I'm gonna do your hair, like kitchen hair, you know,
because getting it done costs too much. I'm sorry. So mama had to old school hair salon. You know, I used to work in a hair salon when I was young, so I had to go old school hair salon on them, and it took me out. So
well, that's why we are queens. We don't just use the word loosely, because we're able to do all these things, balance it, make it all look easy, and still come to work and be happy and get into these hot topics. So we got a lot to talk about on the show. First off, super sad over the weekend. Before we get started into the hot topics, we want to send our condolences to the Braxton family. Over the weekend, Traci Braxton died from esophageal cancer. She was only 50 years old, and I love Traci. Traci was so dope and so awesome, and just good, solid people. Now, Traci's mother, Evelyn Braxton, and her sister, Toni Braxton, released the following statement on their social media. It is with the utmost regret that we inform you of the passing of our sister, Traci. Needless to say, she was a bright light, a wonderful daughter, and an amazing sister, a loving mother, wife, grandmother, and a respected performer. We will miss her dearly. Traci passed this morning as the snow was falling. Our angel is now a snowflake. We ask you to respect our privacy. Now, as we plan to send her home with love, celebrating her life, we are family forever. Ladies, do you have any fond memories that you'd like to share about Traci Braxton, or just words you'd like to say to the family?
I just like the fact that she just was real, and that when you do reality TV, there's a sense of realness that has to come out anyway. And that mama rules. You can tell the respect that they have for their mom, you know. And Traci, you know, dealing with everything that she had to deal with, and even Toni being as strong and as brave as she is, to be able to showcase the drama that goes on within family, but to show that we human too, and this is what happened, and this is some ways that you can conquer through love and through prayer, you know. And so my condolences. I got the hiccups, y'all. And you know, and she will be missed, because she is a respected talent. She was part of the Braxtons, you know what I mean? And she was a staple, you know? And so look at the picture. Like, yeah, they look like Sister Sledge. Remember back in the day, Sister Sledge?
Yeah.
Modern day, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Selena, what would you like to say?
You know, I knew Traci. I know all of them. I don't know Toni as well as the rest of them. But, you know, Trina's my girl. You know, Trina was my co-host on not Cocktails with the Queens. Trina was my co-host on Sister Circle. And Traci and Tawanda, they always used to come in and, you know, fill in all the time. Like if Trina was gone. And I used to just see Traci all the time. Traci wasn't a musician. Traci was in the music circuit. She had her own albums and everything. And Traci is just, let me tell you, she was so cool, so real. She was the sweetest person ever. Like never a bad nothing, no shade, no nothing, just a real down to earth woman. And I just really loved Traci. And then it really breaks my heart, but it breaks my heart even worse for her sisters, because that's gotta be, I mean, I have sisters. If that happened to one of my sisters, I'll be finished. And then Miss E, you know, I absolutely adore Miss E. And so my heart goes out to their family. She, you know, heaven just got an upgrade. You know what I'm saying? It's real sad, but
yeah, definitely.
Man, it's something else. She was awesome. She was an awesome person.
Vivica?
Yeah, you know, I've known the Braxton family for a very long time, but I was closer to Toni, did videos with her, but met the entire family. And I when I heard it, it just blew me away. I was like, what? And then to find out that she was only 50 years old, you know, that, you know, it just teaches all of us that none of us are promised tomorrow, and for us to make sure that we take care of our health, get your checkups. And I just send my deepest condolences to the entire Braxton family. This has to be really hard for for their sister. I mean, I didn't even know that she was sick. Did anybody know that she was ill?
No.
I
knew
did.
she was sick.
I knew
Yes.
that.
She was
Yeah.
sick.
There was a couple.
I didn't even know. I mean, I was totally blown away.
I
Yeah,
knew
we
she
had
was
mutual
sick, but
friends.
I heard she was gonna, fight through it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
I didn't know she was as sick as she was.
Right.
And I didn't know that I just did not know it was that close. It was that close to the time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sisters Traci, Tawana, and Trina were on my show Out Loud here, and I was like, how can you not want to like hang with them? Like just
Too
and
fun.
Traci was so real and so cool and so
Mhm.
pretty and so kind. And
Right.
again, besides Lisa Ray, none of us knew that she was ill. I didn't even know about it, and so it was totally a shock. So you ladies said everything already. So our condolences to the entire family. And 50 years old people, get checked. I mean, I think this kind of cancer is very aggressive as well. It's not a lot you can do, but just condolences to the family. All right, let's move on to some topics. And I'm just tired of every show. It seems like we're talking about a death amongst our people. It's just getting more and more. It's just really sad. Okay, let's get into this. Pete Davidson, or should I say Skeet, has had enough of Kanye's antics and recently put him in his place. Pete sent a text message to Ye and told him that Kim is literally the best mother that he's ever met and that he should grow the F up. Ye responded, "Oh, you using profanity? Where are you right now?" Well, Pete replied with a photo of him sticking out his tongue with a message, "In bed with your wife." Is Pete a savage or nah for sending that message? Vivica, let's go to you first. What you think about this?
Baby, that was the gut punch of the week. That's all I'm going to say. I was like, well, okay, Pete. Pete said, look here. I'm getting real sick of you talking, your mess. I got to man up because I think, Kim is definitely one that doesn't like, to go back and forth with him. She probably was like, no, don't say anything. And he was like, no, it's time for me to let him know I'm not scared. And it's on like popcorn. And if you want, but what I love more than anything else, he could have said, oh, I'll meet you and make a big deal out of it. He was like, let's talk this out man to man and stop insulting Kim. The kids are going to be scarred. Enough.
Yeah.
I appreciate him being mad about like that. Like he was like, I'm here, but what you're not going to do, I'm not coming to Sunday church service. That's in the public. We're not doing that. He took control of his narrative. And, I was like, hey, she must be with the right one right now.
But let me tell you something from experience. I did not know that Pete and Kanye was more than just friendly and more than just associates. I did not know that.
He let his man get taken. I mean,
the fact that they are.
But listen,
taboo.
Wait,
it's almost
Lisa,
like, what are you doing?
Okay, but how about this? This man goes and builds a whole farm away from his family. And now all of a sudden that Pete done stepped in, you left your woman. So
and your kids that you say you just want to be near.
So I'm sorry if you don't
get all of that.
If you don't know.
I'll get all that.
But you can't now that she's happy. All of a sudden, that you want to see your kids.
At a time, y'all. We can't.
I mean, when did you see them rolling? Did you see them rolling? They got one picture that he was on this side and the other one's on that side. I didn't see them as tight.
Oh, I don't know if they was or not. I just heard that they were, and if they were, that's that's messed up. Is what I'm saying.
What we gotta take a break, but I want to finish this conversation. I want to hear from Selena as well. And I definitely got my little 2 cents about this story. Let's come right back after a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Cocktails of Queens after this. Welcome back to Cocktails of Queens. It was getting so hot, I had to go take a commercial break. I'm gonna get me some vodka and Simply Lemonade. Now, what was we saying before we went to break about Pete with the me and Kanye and the bed and all that?
I was saying it's remnants of when you have friends and associates and common folk around your folks, and then all of a sudden I see you crossed over and you with my woman or you with my man, and it's like, hey, wait a minute, when we start doing that could be just something that I'll go through, you know what I'm saying?
Because I don't think they were friends though.
But that's what Biblical was saying.
Yeah, if you're friends, that's one thing, because you don't. I doubt that Kanye ever talked to Pete about Kim. They probably just I get what you're saying though. They were boys, but I don't think they were boys. Do you?
I did hear that something about the Saturday Night Live when Pete and Kim shared a kiss, that Pete called Kanye and said, "Hey, man, it's just the show. Ain't no big deal." So I didn't know if they were friends or not.
Well, what's wrong? Well, but can I say, but what's wrong with that? Him being respectful and just saying, "Hey, I know that you're a woman, and just so you know, I'm keeping it professional."
Right. I like that.
The thing that bothers me, that makes me very uncomfortable, is that I'm sure that there are arrangements made regarding the children, and that he goes publicly on these rants and talking about that Kim's not a good mother, that the kids, they're being kept away from him, that I'm like, okay, at what point, instead of you going to social media, can you not just go
to the court
or to your attorney?
Mm-hmm.
Selena, what do you think about this?
Just want them to take us out the group chat.
Yes.
That's first of all. We don't want to know your business, and that's none of your business. In that instance, like that much of your business. I think Pete has a right as Kim's man. If that's her man and she's claiming him and they are together as a man, no man should allow another man, whether it's your baby daddy or whatever the case may be, to disrespect his woman. So I commend him for that. I think I understand that, Kanye thinks that he should speak up if things are not correct within their union in terms of their children. We will never know the logistics of that. We cannot speculate. Well, I know I cannot speculate because I don't have information. We don't have the real true information, but I will say this. Kanye, where was all this talking about Kim being this inadequate mother when you were together? It's interesting that now, since you're apart, now she's this bad mother, but you went and had not one, not two, not even three, but 4 kids. So you didn't know by the first child that she was this mother that wasn't good. So I don't agree with her, shaming her, bashing her as a mom. I think that's wronger than 2 left shoes. I do think that North probably shouldn't have a TikTok page at 8 years old with the black lipstick. That's kind of a fool. But you do need to handle that in court. And I'll say this too, and I'm done. If you keep acting like this, Kanye, because I feel like, you're sincere in a lot of areas, maybe. But if you do keep acting like this can be used against you in court.
Yes.
If what you're saying is not legit and all this bantering, this is evidence. This is admissible in court, and she can use this evidence to keep you from your children in real life. And so you got to chill.
Can I piggyback on that? That once you do something and it's either written or taped or said, it can be used as evidence against you.
It's admissible in court. That's what I'm saying. You gotta chill. You gotta do the right thing. Both of you have enough money to have lawyers to handle this the correct way. You have rights as a father, but go ahead and go through the courts.
I'm just surprised that someone that's been in the business for this many years is behaving like this. Now, if you have lawyers, you have handlers, I have lawyers. One, I don't have a lot of them. I got one. Okay, so all right, I ain't gonna front here, but you have someone that's telling you chill, and you're going against that. Now, if you really did have issues with Kim not letting you see your kids, that's a legal issue that you would discuss with your lawyer would file a motion. That's how you really handle it. When you're quick to run to social media and rant and cry to us, what the hell are we supposed to be doing, Kanye? We ain't no lawyers. We can't help it. So what it leads me to believe is that you are using the court of social media and public opinion to turn people on Kim, to get them on your side. So is it just about bashing Kim and making people hate Kim? Or is it really about your kids? Because if you're serious about your kids, you go through the proper channels. You're not dumb, Kanye. Remember, you're a genius. So act like one. Go through the proper channels if she's not letting you see your kids. But here we go. We see your kids at your Sunday service. We see you at the birthday party. So is she really withholding your kids, or are you just trying to make us hate her and be like, oh, look at that black man being done dirty by a white woman? And you're using race all of a sudden now that you done got up the Trump train, but you wasn't really talking about race when you was over there with the white man with the little red hat on. So which is it, Kanye? And I'm gonna come for you every time you do something stupid because I'm sick of it. And when you get acting right, I'm gonna give you your props because I'm gonna be fair. This ain't personal. But what you're doing is whack as hell because you loved this woman 2 weeks ago. And then you loved it.
That's what I'm saying. You got to chill.
Well said, Claudia.
Thank you. It frustrates me because
genius comment was genius. Your genius comment was genius.
Thank you.
That was a good one, girl. You stepped on that.
It's like, dude, you know better. And like, it's so childish. And so she's doing this. Tell your lawyer. And I hate that we got to talk about you every week, but you're trending and it's your fault. Kim ain't saying nothing. And Pete, I hate to take the white man's side over the brother. We're supposed to be, for us, by us at FOXSOUL, but we got to be fair. You deserve that, Kanye, because you was dragging Pete. You made a video of killing him and you don't think a comedian's going to lash back out at you? I expect more.
Exactly.
Well, and don't come for D.L. Hughley. Don't do
that. That's our next story. So
what happened with D.L. Hughley?
I said comedian. That's why I said, girl, don't come for D.L. Hughley.
What happened?
So D.L. Hughley is now involved. He got some things off his chest. He tweeted, ain't it weird that Kanye supposedly has all these goons who will kill for him, but not one of them will get his prescriptions filled? Here's a thought. While you're on your way to kill me in Calabasas, how about somebody stop by CVS and pick up his Xanax? Damn. DL also tweeted, ain't no way in hell I'd ever be scared of a dude who wears some I know what you did last summer boots.
Hell no.
Selena, what you think about this? DL got dragged into this because he gave an interview on Vlad. He said he's one of the few Black men publicly who spoke up and said, hey man, what you're doing ain't right. And I think more men should hold each other accountable, not to bash them, but to kind of be like an OG, like, you know what? It ain't right.
That ain't cool.
Yeah, it ain't cool. Like,
I think it's good. Another Black man. And I don't think D.L. Hughley has ill will towards anybody. D.L. Hughley is for our culture.
Yes,
okay, he is for the culture. He has always been for the culture. I don't care what nobody say. What you're not going to do is come for D.L. Hughley. And actually, you don't really want to come for D.L. Hughley because I don't know if you know, but the man is top notch in going in on people. Like
he's
down to the comedy. He picks people out the audience and just tears them apart. So I don't know if you want to rumble with the D. Okay, you might. And I just think, see, Kanye. I love Kanye. That's my boy. I love Kanye, but I cannot condone certain stuff. When he had me until he said, what's that girl name, Claudia? Until he said Candace Owens. Is that her name?
Yes, was the only one that had his back, wasn't calling him bitter or something like that.
Girl, when he said Candace Owens, I checked out. Because she's the worst human in history. So to use her as a source, Trump is bad enough, but Candace Owens, to me, she's worse than Trump.
Ladies, an update in the chat. They're saying Kanye gave out DL's address.
That's wrong. You ain't supposed to be doing that. That's dumb. Come on, Jay. You know better than this.
I'm going to tell you something. Choices, when you make choices, boy, can they now, DL now can sue him, correct? For giving out his information or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's invasion of privacy. Yeah. So, I just...
Kanye also mentioned the name of the school that his daughters go to. Why would you do that? And you're going to have a bunch of people outside. Like, he's not moving like someone that has been in the media and has been a super
knows all that information.
Huh?
Are they friends that he knows all that information?
He probably has somebody get it for him.
Yeah.
It's not right. That's not right. It's not. And it's not necessary.
It really isn't.
This is immature. This is not necessary.
Let me just say allegedly on all these things. This is allegedly, this is what we're hearing. So we're not confirming these as facts, but we're saying allegedly is what we've heard so far. Okay, we want to make sure we keep it, all the way truthful here on Cocktails.
I hate this. I hate this whole situation. I hate it for Kanye. I hate it for Kim. I hate it for Pete. I hate it for all of them. And I hate it for the kids the most.
More than anything else. I agree with you 100% on that, because
this is so unnecessary. This is stupid.
They have to realize that their behavior, once it's out there, these kids, they can easily Google stuff comes up, and kids are mean. Kids will tease you, your daddy, you're this or whatever this, or, so I wish that they would handle this like adults, because it is about the children, and the kids don't deserve this.
Selena, do you still talk to Kanye? Like, would you be able to like call him? Do you feel comfortable? No,
I don't talk to him like that. I don't, and I wish I could.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that
what would you say to him if he was watching right now? What would you say?
What I would say if he was watching right now is, Kanye, you are a man of God. And if you are a man of God, you have to ask yourself, is this what Jesus would do? Is this
Amen.
what God will want? You know, there is, and I listen, I'm all for the, you know, you got to speak your mind, stand up, you know, speak your piece, you know, fight for your rights. You will not be silenced. I do not feel like Black men should be silenced. And I do feel that society does that in some instances. But I think there's a level of couth that is not being considered in this instance. And I just really want him to follow his own advice, follow what the Bible tells you, because you say that you're following the Lord. So if you're following God, you have to ask yourself, is this something that he would want? And that's all I'm saying. And if your answer is yes, then.
Well, Selena, you didn't see him. He was on the thing doing a whole like prayer and everything.
Just because you pray it don't mean that God said do what you're doing. And I know for a fact some of the things that you're doing to Pete and giving people's addresses and things of that nature, that allegedly is not of God. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, those things are not of God. But the things you're doing to Pete, we know those are happening because we see them on your social media.
And can
those
I tell you something?
God.
And can I just piggyback on that? You know, I hate when people try to use God as a convenience. It's just, you know, he's watching and you will be held accountable for your actions. So, you know, to use him at your convenience and, you know, it's disturbing to me. I
think it's wrong to do that because there are people that really do live that life and they really do put God first. And I think when you're on one hand making a video about decapitating someone, and then in the very next breath you're talking about God, I think you're making a mockery out of religion. I think you're making a mockery out of God. I think you're making a mockery out of prayer. You know what I mean? Like you're praying about this, and I just like, dude, you're all over the place, all over the place. All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna get back on track. We got a whole bunch more to talk about. We'll be right back with more Cocktails with Queens after the break. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We are back. Vivica, every time you say Pete with the me, I just laugh.
Putting it down. Yeah, go.
Right. Real quick before we get into Queendom.
It's really not just the meat. It's what he can do with the meat. Like ours.
Amen.
If she's happy, that's what he can do. He made her happier than him. And that's where you really sad. You sad because somebody came in and filled a void that you created. And that's the real pain.
And go on to Charlemagne the God's page. He's a friend of FOXSOUL, for real. He posted something implying that Kanye had called him allegedly, kind of venting about, you know, there's been lots of allegations about what Pete's working with. And Charlemagne's kind of implying that allegedly. But anyways, from that, we have reached the part of the show where we talk about our personal lives and relationships and how we have overcome obstacles in our own lives. Welcome to our Queendom.
All right.
Sorry, y'all. All right, tonight's topic will focus on whether or not Black men love Black women as much as we love them. Oh, we don't. These don't need to be long. Okay, do they love other? I'm sorry. I'm on one. I got a drink after the first segment. Here we are. Okay. Our topic was inspired by an article from XO Nicole that referenced a classic conversation between Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin about love. Now, Nikki spoke to Baldwin about how Black men project their frustrations about having to deal with, you know, white supremacy in their relationships with Black women. She said, "I've caught the frowns and the anger. You come home and I catch hell because I love you. I get the least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me. Is that too much of the Black woman to ask the Black man? Like, we get you're going through a lot out there, but can you come home and give me something, like save something for me?" What are your thoughts about Nikki's statement? And do you think Black men love us as much as we love them? Selena, you know I'm going to you first.
I absolutely do. I think that Black men love us. And I think, you know, you love the ones, you hurt the ones you love, you know, and I think that you hurt the ones you love the most even. And I love that conversation with Nikki and I love that conversation that Nikki Giovanni had with him. It was so passionate and so sincere. I just think that Black men don't hear us as much as they should past our passion. I think they mistake our aggression for passion when our passion is a accumulated from our love for them and our need and intention to protect them. And I think that they feel like it's getting on them or chastising them when really we're just trying to protect them. But, you know, this is what I say when it comes to Black men and women. And I say this all the time. Just remember, when we came over on the boat, we was chained together with you. So we got the same frustrations. Like, we got the same story. We in the same predicament. This isn't like white men and white women. I mean, white women and white men where they're separate. You know, white women are put on a pedestal, white men do all the work. No, we were all oppressed. Right next to you, our babies even had shackles. So you have to remember that when you think of the pressure that you go through as a Black man in society, understand that the Black woman is still shackled right next to you. And our babies.
Thank you for that, Selena. And people in the comments, I'm not a hater, y'all. I'm gonna say this. They be like, oh, you're a hater. No, but you know what? Okay. I always tell the truth. And if you don't like it, then maybe I'm striking a nerve with you. There, of course, are Black men that are fantastic examples of loving a Black woman, and they're not to be discounted. But what's been popular, especially in the media, even your boy Kanye, you made a whole song and then you get on and leave your ass for a white girl. And then you did that. Because I remember the sister you was with from Chicago. But I'm just saying, like, there's too many people celebrating. There's too many people making songs about the one, everything but a Black woman. So we see these and we hear these messages constantly. Is that the majority? I don't think so. I really don't. I think the majority are Black men that do love Black women. But some of the loudest, most ignorant ones that are in the media, they seem to go the other way. And that's hurtful because that's the message that gets to the little girls. And that's a lot of
they don't hate us, they don't hate us, Claudia. They hate themselves. They don't hate us. They don't hate us. They're mad at us because they can't understand themselves. And they feel like we should fix it because that's
I also want to add to that too, is that, you know, they sometimes can't, you know, believe that someone is holding them accountable, you know, that we're strong enough to be able to do so, you know, and to call the ace of spade and go, no, that's not right. And you're wrong on that. But it's okay because I know how to fix it. Or you know what? I can call somebody in that can. So understand the partnership of this union.
Right.
Is what I feel that is missing. And no, not all Black men, you know, like white women and like Black men. I think that it's just, you know, it's universal. It's their preference of what it is that they like. But I think that also there's a stigma about Black men not liking strong Black women.
Vivica, what do you think?
Well, girl, I just think that things have kind of changed because why is it always got to be that the Black man ain't loving the Black woman? I mean, I just kind of feel like right about now, we all have choices. You know, I don't think that we all just have to be like, you know, I only date Black men or I only need a Black man to love me. I just need to be loved. How about that?
Yes.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Agree.
About it.
I don't think that just because a Black man dates another race, I don't think that means he hates Black women. I don't think that means that at all.
So either. I don't think that means that either. I also don't actually think it's just a Black man, Black woman thing. I kind of want to say, and this is not me being negative, this is me being an observant, okay? That amongst Black people, we have a lot of issues that we still got to get over. Like, look at how a lot of our sisters are with each other. In the blogs, it's all us talking shit about each other. So we sit here and can talk about Black men not loving us. We don't love each other half the damn time. If you really want to be real with it, a lot of y'all that talk about Black men don't love you, don't love your sister. But then you put that hashtag up, protect Black women. I think we have a problem that was created when we got here to divide us, and it works. Willie Lynch, they said it's going, you run this game on them, it's going to work for hundreds of years. And he did not lie. We are still at each other's throats. We separate. You're not Black enough. You can't sit with us. Oh, you too dark. You're this. Like, that's needs to be for the birds. We have so far to go before we even love each other, before we start criticizing each other for real. Like, if I'm being real about it. So, you know, we can't be hypocrites because you see brothers kill each other all day long. Okay. But we don't really want to talk about that.
But we got to work on loving ourselves.
We
have to work on loving our brown skin and all of our different shades. And I think we're trying, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen overnight. I think that at least we're on a path to recognize our Black beautifulness and in all shades and all colors, and even in races, that different races, Puerto Rican and Haitian and all these different races that are colored, you know. So I just think it's just going to take time to love ourselves, but I absolutely don't think that Black men don't love us. I just think they act a fool.
It's men in general, if you ask me.
So what?
Okay.
Men in general, if you ask me.
Listen,
they all been showing out. I'm like,
oh, the whole gender away.
Well, you know what? I like that we can have these conversations, and you know what? Y'all can feel however you want in the chat, but this is what real conversations are about. We don't sugarcoat and do the fake politically correct thing for your comforts. You gotta get uncomfortable sometimes, get to the truth to go ahead and fix it and move forward. And that's how Mary Had a Little Lamb. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more.
Because Mary had a little lamb.
Did she though? Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. Hey, we got a bunch of stories I want to get through because all of them are juicy. Like the rest of the show, juice, juice, juice. Okay. Now, during an interview with Gayle King, Will Smith said there has never been any infidelity in his marriage to his wife, Jada Pinkett-Smith. Will said, Jada and I talk about everything, and we have never surprised one another with anything ever. What do you think about what Will said? And wouldn't an entanglement qualify as infidelity? Lisa Ray, what do you think about this? He said there's never been any infidelity. They talk about everything.
Well, I'm glad that you came to me first, because I think that they're such a dynamic couple that everybody would be afraid to state their opinion. But here's the thing, the words is the trickery thing here. You know what I mean? And I think that what he said is that it's not been a surprise. So that means whatever the heck that they talk about and whatever they do in their marriage is what they do because they know about it. So how in the hell do we supposed to say anything with that union? That's their union. It is what it is.
Because isn't that the worst part about being cheated on? Like, the cheating sucks, but it's like being in the dark and not knowing. Selena, what do you think about this?
They cut that out. They like, hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you know, is this all right? Or, can I sign right here? And you gonna be all right with the prenup or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But they are talking about it.
Hey, Will, I just want to let you know, this little fine little R&B singer who got more meat than Pete the Meat, I'm about to go rock with him for the summer real quick, but this ain't cheating because I let you know up front. We good? Love you.
Listen, I love me some Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, child. If it's people that can't do nothing wrong, it's them. I absolutely love Will Smith.
Yes.
But I just have a question, and I'm just gonna make it a question. Y'all answer. Okay, so then when y'all was talking about entanglement down to the red table, right? And she was like, first of all, Will didn't look like he was happy about the entanglement. Okay. That would look like you didn't know really about it. That would be infidelity. I mean, just straight off the gate, But when she was like, oh, but wait a minute, you ain't innocent, boo. She came back at him like, but you did your thing too. So that exchange right there, I don't know what that exchange means. And if that is, maybe they still knew about it. Do you think that they still knew about it in that? However, y'all know how Will like to just, he's very literary. His book was awesome. I just love him. He might just, how they'll make a whole nother meaning for the word infidelity. Like he'll just say infidelity mean this. And then that's what it means to them. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, what do you all think about the Red Table Talk interview? And do you think that they was kind of like capped?
Vivica, let's just let Vivica answer it, and then we'll move on to the next topic because we want to squeeze in. Vivica, what you think about this?
I think that his reaction when she said the word entanglement, his reaction was like, that's what he seemed very surprised. But I would piggyback off of what Lisa Ray said. Lisa Ray was correct because I was like, okay, yeah, if y'all go back and listen to what he said about, it was a play on word that between the two of them, they have an understanding and it is between the two of them. What we may consider infidelity between those two is not.
So it's their words. It's whatever he say the word mean, that's what it means. And so then
don't forget that they said a long time ago that that they made an agreement. So
well, you can't cheat when you're in an agreement. It's everybody know everything.
Exactly.
There ain't no infidelity.
Damn, I want a marriage like Will Smith.
No.
I still love them. They can't do no wrong.
I do. I love Will.
I love them too. I know. As the kitty cat climbs on Claudia's lap.
The cat said, I want a piece of this entanglement. Don't you? Okay, moving on. Jussie Smollett's Empire castmate Taraji P. Henson is pleading for Smollett to receive home confinement rather than jail for staging his own hate crime. Now, Taraji posted a black and white message with the hashtag Free Jussie on her IG page with a call for his release. Taraji posted, I'm not here to debate you on his innocence. She continued, no one was hurt or killed during Jussie's ordeal. He has already lost everything. To me, as an artist, not to be able to create in itself is punishment enough. He can't get a job. No one in Hollywood will hire him. And again, he is an artist who loves to create. That is prison. Smollett is reportedly in a Cook County jail psych ward, but apparently it is where high-profile prisoners are kept. What are your thoughts on Taraji's post and Jussie's situation?
Let me just say straight out the gate, if he's on 26 in California, that ain't no high profile prison. And that's why the people had said, that's what the streets said he was. So if they just moved him to a psychiatric ward, then they just did that. But he was on 26 in California. That ain't no walk in the park, first of all. Second of all, I totally, completely, and I don't care what nobody say, y'all can fight me. Y'all can come down to my Instagram and fight me, call me all kind of names. I believe that it's awful that they have him in jail. I think it is absolutely unnecessary. He could have did house arrest or community service. Had he been white, they would have slapped his ass on the wrist and told him to go on by this business. And I'm going to say what I said. I think because he's a black gay man, he's being extra penalized. And I don't think it's fair and right, whether he did it or not, whether he's already been convicted, apparently. He could have been on house arrest. I totally, completely agree with Taraji. Free Jussie Smollett. I don't think it's right. I'm mad as hell about it.
I think this is what Taraji was saying is that, people want to hear him say that, okay, I lied. So they're waiting for that. So I think that they're penalizing him for that, you know what I mean, for the lie. And you're absolutely right, Selena. I think that there's so many people that's getting away with murdering people and selling drugs that's killing people that get less time than what he did. And they have not allowed his time that he did serve to be retribution. You know what I mean? And they haven't done that at all. And so it is.
Right.
I haven't followed it so much because it's hurtful for me, you know what I mean? And it would, I have to get all up in there. I do understand that the evidence is showing that he did not tell the truth or whatever. And I think people are like, well, if you didn't tell the truth, then you're guilty. You know what I mean? But I think that it doesn't fit the crime.
It's a fool.
Vivica, before we move on, what are your thoughts?
Well, I concur with the queens, and the judge called him a narcissist during sentencing. So it was during sentencing, and it was definitely to make an example out of him. I personally thought that some of it would count for time that had already been served. So it was definitely making an example of him, and the fact that it didn't cost Chicago $130,000 for the investigation. And here this one kid goes down the street, kills 3 people, and gets off. Mm-hmm. So, I agree. I agree with the queens on this.
Meanwhile,
you have to realize, for me, it's very hurtful because I've known Jussie since he was 7 years old. And, I talked to him throughout this whole process. And the only thing I can say is that I pray for him that he will get through this and can move on.
You better off being a white boy that kills black people, a white teenager that plows your car into a crowd of people, killing 2 of them, or a white boy that rapes someone behind a dumpster, than be a black man that fakes a hate crime, who got himself beat up, or be a black woman that put your kids in a school district that's not in your neighborhood, or be a black woman that tries to vote on a provisional ballot. Those people got more time than rapists and murderers. Okay. And on that note,
or death.
America, you full of shit.
Full of it. Full of shit. And the same, and I love Chicago, all my heart, but you sure enough didn't give that police officer that killed Laquan Daniels, you sure enough didn't give him no grace neither.
There you
You
go.
sure enough gave him grace. You sure enough gave him grace.
It's so obvious.
That's
Like,
wrong. They
it's
know
so
they're wrong.
done. It's so done in plain sight that they don't
Yeah.
even try to hide it anymore because they get away with it. And what do? We march, we mad for a couple weeks, we lose our attention span. We have a short attention span because there's so many of them going on. We'll be mad. There'll be something else next week. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yes, Jussie, it was dumb, but it does not warrant this much time when you got rapists out here that are like, don't do it again, okay? Well, at least try. And
Well,
ladies,
thank God for Tamika Mallory. Thank God for all of the people that fight though on our behalf, that are behind the scenes, that fight daily, that we don't talk about. Sean King, different people that are fighting on our behalf all the time. So I just want to give a shout out to them because they are fighting all the time behind the scenes. They have a whole crew of people.
all right, on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to discuss, did Stevie J get head during an interview?
My God, today.
Well,
We'll be back right after this. Hard-hitting facts. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. Ladies, it's a fun little show tonight, isn't it? Like, it's a little bit lit. We've been having a little bit of a fun time. Y'all enjoying yourselves tonight? Okay. Well, before we went to break, talked about the old Stevie J. He did an interview. Okay. So he interviewed with the Leah's Lemonade Show. I don't know if y'all saw the interview, but fans got the impression that Stevie J was receiving oral sex during the interview. Let's take a look and delve deeper. Yeah.
Well,
at the video.
Great to see it.
How's this right here?
Yep, Stevie.
You see this body right here?
Hold on, wait. It's a hand right there. Hold on. Stevie, why am I in bed with you right now?
No, you said you want to
What do y'all think was going on during this interview? Vivica, what do you think?
Corny. It's your corny ass.
Thirsty ass. That just doesn't make no sense because I get that you want to, do the cray and the play, but that's just disrespectful to the young lady. That just shows that you have no respect. And for the interviewer, she tried to play it off, but I'm sure she was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? It's like, why? You're grown. You're a grown man. You're a father. You're a husband.
Your daughter. What daughter?
It's like, what are you doing? Why? You wanted people to create stuff.
They do anything for the gram, child.
Hey, Stevie J, almost 50 years old or 50, and it's still entertaining to you. Like, listen, by the time we're 50, we've probably all been having sex since we're about, 17, 18, 32 years, 33 years. It ain't a big deal if you get head, okay? You're supposed to get head. Like, why you can't just why is that such a big deal? Like, you act like a 12-year-old. An 18-year-old, okay? Oh my God, look, someone's sucking my thing. Congratulations, Stevie J. Congratulations. You got head. You could have waited 10 minutes and got that after your
respectful
interview.
to the interviewer. Yeah.
You're probably never going to have an interview with that lady again. And that was her one shot to interview you. She's probably building a reel. And here you go, getting your thanks up while you're on camera. Like, you have daughters.
What helps me is that the women are allowing the shenanigans to go on because those are her hands. It's almost like, why would you even want to be a part of that, girl?
Why?
You want to be the one to go, what's
right?
Because she's a bird. She's a bird. She gotta be a bird. Only birds do stuff like that.
Two things for me. One, those were not light-skinned hands. So we know that they were not Faith Evans' hands.
He said in the interview, I'm doing this for Faith Evans. He said that.
That is the most outrageous, ridiculous, disgusting, despicable shit I have ever even seen. Now, when this is for the people in the comments that tried to earlier come for Miss Claudia. When she had a moment when we talked about if black men loves us, it's fuck shit. And I hate to curse, sorry, FOXSOUL, but it's fuck boy shit like that causes us to come to a pause. Do I still think the black men love us? Absolutely. I think he hates himself. He totally hates himself. But this is what we're talking about. When we struggle with thinking that you like us or that you want to like us or that you love us. That is absolutely disgusting on all levels. It's disrespectful to the interviewer. It's disrespectful to your wife. It's disrespectful to the union of marriage. It's disrespectful to your daughters. All I can do is pray that your daughters never have to be in that kind of predicament.
Never.
And you said it best. So before we go, we got to switch up. I only have about 45 seconds for this. In honor of Women's History Month, I'm sorry, the segue is crazy. Let's play a game of Guess the Icon. I'll ask you a trivia. I'm gonna ask you a trivia question, and I want you to try to guess the correct answer. Okay.
Ooh.
This icon is an Academy Award-winning actress and became the first Black woman to win an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series in 2015. Guess the icon.
Halle Berry.
TV.
No. Oh, TV.
Viola Davis.
Yes.
Ivy.
Okay, following her headline-making interview with R. Kelly, this icon was named one of the Times 100 most influential people in 2019. Guess the icon.
Gayle King. Right.
We have 11 seconds. Damn it. We done talked about Stevie J getting head so long. We done ran out of time to talk about Black female icons.
Don't do it, girls.
I want to thank Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson, and Vivica A. Fox for another amazing show. Thank you for watching us. And please stay tuned for The Pulse coming up next. And fellas, do better. And ladies, don't let them get away with it.